Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Been wanting to make this video for a while. I'm going to be doing a quick review of my aluminum Duncan MacLeod sword made by Mark Bittner from Texas Steel Props and Replicas. If you're after a Highlander sword, you do not want to get one from anywhere else. These guys are, I believe they were actually officially licensed, and they've got the original molds from the film and the TV show. So if you want a Highlander sword, you don't want to get one anywhere else. I mean, they got plenty of cheap ones on eBay or whatever, but they don't look correct. Most of them have like a little jewel right here someplace, and the dragon's head doesn't look right, and the carving is incorrect, and the guard is incorrect, and yeah, I mean, those are only like 30 some bucks, but if you want the real deal, yeah, get one from Texas Steel. That's kind of a good slogan, actually. If you want the real deal, get one from Texas Steel. Anyway, they actually sell real swords from there as well. I don't personally have a whole lot of use for real swords because I'm using these things either for my movies or for actual combat. So I have a Hema sword from them as well that I actually do use for combat, and I'll be doing a review on that one later. This is the aluminum version, and I actually used this in my Highlander film that is going to be coming up here pretty soon. I got this one because I was looking for something that I could use to practice with outside that didn't need a whole lot of maintenance. I didn't like the wooden ones because as soon as it rains on you and they get wet, then they start to crack and break down, and then you got to buy another one. And the polypropylene ones are good, but they're also ugly and hideous, and they don't weigh nearly what they should. This one doesn't weigh quite what a real sword does, but it is very close. And you can fight with it if you want to. I have fought against guys with synthetic swords and bokkens both, and this thing holds up just fine. Let's take a quicker look here at the actual blade. You can see that all the edges on it are rounded off. Now, if you do fight a wooden bokken with this, depending on the quality of that bokken, you can potentially damage the bokken. So that is something to consider. If it's a higher-end bokken, it's probably going to be fine. And the tip there is also rounded down. This whole blade was made at my request. Honey, if you want to bring up the Connor one real quick. This is the first sword that I got from them. This is Connor MacLeod's sword, also made in aluminum. You can see this one is a lot more shiny, but look at the corners on it. It's basically got square corners. So when I sparred with this one versus one of my polypropylene ones, it started taking chunks out of the polypropylene when it would hit the corner here. So on my next model, I asked him to round out all of those edges so that that would no longer happen. Now this one is a little bit more hefty. This one feels like a real sword would. It weighs a little bit more than the other one. But if you're actually seriously talking about fighting with it, those edges are a huge deal. If you hit your fingers with those, that's really going to hurt. And it has a point on it, which is not great. So after one sparring bout with this one, I was like, this one's not really going to be for me. So we will do a full review on this one later. But this is the updated version with the rounded edges, and if you order an aluminum sword from Texas Steel, at this point in time, this is what you're going to get. They're also offering them on the Sword Experience website as well, and they're about $350. So let's take a closer look at the detail of the handle here. You can see that that is just immaculate. And for the record, they do sell different styles. I think there were 3 or 4 different versions of this sword used throughout the series. So they will actually send you a photo of all the different versions of Duncan's sword, and you can just pick the one that you want. Most of mine now are going to have the ring at the base and the ring, the bronze ring, right here in this section, because that matches my United Cutlery Duncan sword that Shan got me for our very first Valentine's Day together. And I used that one in the film as well for close-ups of the swords. You could actually see the tempering and the edge and all those sorts of things. During the actual fighting, I used this one. So it would have been nice if they matched, but that's going to be a very small detail that hardly anybody is going to notice. And this is actually probably my favorite sword of all time. I've been using this now for about 2 years straight. And I use it in the winter, when it's raining, snowing, freezing, and in the summertime, when it's 100 degrees out. I'm out there practicing with this thing. And you don't have to do nothing to it, because it's aluminum, it doesn't rust, you just wipe it with a towel after it gets rained on, and you're done. It's awesome. Now, if you look closely here, it does have a couple of little scuffs on it. Yeah, you can see right there. I tried to fight another guy that was using a Hema sword with this thing, and that was a mistake. This will not hold up against a Hema sword. The quality of the metal on a Hema sword is going to eat right through this thing. So we took a couple swings at each other, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, we don't want to be doing this anymore. So if you're actually serious about using this thing for sparring, combat, whatever, you want to fight against synthetic swords or bokkens. And this thing will serve you well all day long, but not Hema swords. So just something to keep in mind. But I'm in love with this thing. It was worth every penny. I have gotten so much use out of it. It looked great in my movie, as you guys will see within the next few weeks here. Planning on releasing that film by the end of January at the very, very latest. It will probably be sooner than that. We've got a red carpet event coming up on January 7th, and then after that it's going to go on YouTube for everybody else to see. But Mr. Bittner and I have done quite a bit of business together at this point, and every single time he has delivered. His products are just absolutely amazing. So this is going to be the first of many videos reviewing some of the things that I've gotten from him.
Is he the one that made my sword?
Yes. And we'll probably do a review on that one too. Shan got a Falcor sword from him with a Falcor handle from the Neverending Story.
And it has scenes from the movie on the handle.
That one looks amazing.
It's amazing.
And we're going to be doing a review on that one.
I love it so much.
But I thought I'd start with this one because I've had this one longer than just about any of them, other than my very first SCA sword that I got. And this one has seen more action than all the other ones that I've gotten combined. That probably won't be the case for much longer because I'm really using the heck out of the Hema one that I got from him. So we'll be reviewing that one next. But for those of you that are just looking for practicing versus synthetics or bokkens, wooden bokkens, or you just want something for forms or whatever, I would highly, highly recommend this sword. Everybody keeps talking about buying bokkens or whatever, but I've bought so many bokkens over my sword career, and they all keep wearing out at some point. I mean, you can get a $300 bokken from the Sword Experience, but if it's wood, it's going to eventually wear out. This thing is going to last forever, and it looks beautiful, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. It is probably still my favorite sword, other than the one I use for Hema. And like I said, the review of that one will be coming up. But anyway, I just wanted to do a review. If you guys want, you can contact Texas Steel Props and Replicas. They've got their own website. They've got a Facebook page. And they'll be happy to help you out. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on this sword. Thanks for watching and have a great day.